Today, I actually wanted to express some kind of love towards the game, towards Payday 2. And, well, it's quite difficult because I was never really good at doing things like that, essays and shit. So it's kind of a test essay all in one go for like straight 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours. I don't really specifically know how to begin this, how to end this as well, but I certainly know how to express my feelings about this, about all this, about the majestuosity that is this game, and what I feel like about, well, what I feel about playing this game today in 2020 and back then in 2016. Because yes, Payday 2 is a wonderful game. It's a wonderful game that has been around since 2013. 2013, could you imagine? And it's still going strong today. Well, it's not as... It doesn't have the recognition that Age of Empires got. Age of Empires 2 is still around from like the old 2000, the early 2000, the old 90s, if you may. The game AOE 2 has been around for really long time, and I feel like Payday 2 might share the same interests. Let me explain. Hello, Lelong. So yeah, let me explain. Age of Empires 2 was a simulation game that let you in the commands of a nation that you had to grow more and more until you just got to conquer 100% of the map. And even today, there are still competitions, contests, and championships with the game. It's amazing to see that. It's amazing to see that some game, some 20-year-old game, has been around since then, and is still going strong today. Now, of course, I won't really go anywhere comparing those two, Payday 2 and Age of Empires. I perfectly know that I won't be going anywhere. But I felt like it would be a nice comparison to have those two in the same table, at the same table. Yes. Because as you may know, yeah, Payday 2 has been around since 2013, and the first DLCs actually came around like 2 years afterwards, 2 years after its release. And I find that genuine, because the game managed to keep its identity for 2 years strong, until the devs wanted to try out some things. And in fact, the first DLCs of Payday 2 matches the merde, la publication, le release. Ouais, on va dire release en fait. Matches the release of the first John Wick movie first or second, I can't remember. And Overkill wanted to make a partnership with the producers of John Wick, saying, hey, we've got a game for you. We've got a game where you would be able to play as John Wick, but a good game, a nice game, with contracts and shit. I mean, that would be nice. That would be nice indeed. And boom, John Wick was introduced into the game. Community-wise, the game is actually quite decent. The community of Payday 2 is one of the most respectful and the most chilled that I could see in my entire life. I could have seen in my entire life. For real. I've never seen so many genuine responses to each and every suggestions to the game on Reddit, on the Steam community, the Steam group, and even within videos of YouTubers themselves. I mean, everybody seems to accord to the fact that Payday 2 is a great game to enjoy ourselves with. And they are right. They are perfectly right. For the sole reason that, like, the game grants you freedom of play, liberté de jeu. You can play however you like. You can play whoever you'd like. You can play the way you like to. You can play the way you like to play. There is no restriction. There is no real restrictions with anything. Hardly anything, because yeah, that's a good point actually. Because while you can actually enjoy yourself with dozens and dozens and dozens of weapons, you cannot really have any buffs with special guns like the micro gun, the minigun, or even worse, rocket launchers and flamethrowers. I mean, rocket launchers and flamethrowers are nice additions to the game. Seriously, look at this. Saws, bows, crossbows, compressed air crossbows too, compound bows, miniguns of any kind, flamethrowers, and grenade launchers. To be fair, the only game restrictions that Payday 2 has right now are related to those weapons and those weapons only. Because there are no buffs. You cannot have a buff with these. You cannot have a minigun buff. You cannot have a bow buff. You cannot have a grenade launcher buff. It's not really outrageous. It's not really that bad. But at the same time, it feels kind of unsupportive to forget about those weapons. But to be fair, it would mean that everybody plays these weapons over and over again. None of them are actually part of the meta of the game. The meta is one thing that I will actually talk about later on, but not now. Right now, I'll be talking about freedom of play, freedom of gameplay, and freedom of whatever the fuck you want about the game. We've got these. We even got revolvers, revolver shotguns, and submachine shotguns. I mean, look at this! Modifiers. These are horrendous. Those guns are the most ugly that I could have seen in my entire life. I'm sorry to not be sorry about them. For real. These are horrendous. But if it exists, you can be sure of one thing about the game. Everything in this game, or at least almost everything in this game, is actually balanced. Because yes, you could actually say that yes, the Beretta, the Thanatos is actually more powerful than any other weapon in the game, and you'd be right. You'd be right. But it comes at the cost of ammunitions, ammo consumptions, ammo economy, and overall fire rate. Because yes, if you miss one shot of the Thanatos, you are hating yourself for it. You are genuinely hating yourself. You are genuinely putting hate onto yourself for having missed that one shot of a Beretta, of a Thanatos. That's what is balanced about the game, because you can miss out on plenty of shots with these, the Mini-Me, the FN M249, also known as the Mini-Me, the FN Mini-Me in Belgium, actually. You can miss plenty of shots with these. You would be just like, yeah, I missed. But I missed, but I don't really care about it, you know. Even this, skins, if it exists, you can bet your ass that people will pay for it. People will genuinely play it. But above all, if it has skins, it's because there are people who likes the gun. Let's take a random gun, Jacket's Piece, a Kimbo Jacket's Piece, for instance. It has no skin. It has no skin. Yeah, and you could say that it's because nobody ever plays with this gun. But now we're talking. This is why the gun doesn't have any. This is why the gun doesn't have any skins by itself, because there are people who plays this game, and there are people who loves Hotline Miami. And I am aware of that fact, because I am also part of that fandom. I love jackets. I love Hotline Miami. I love everything about those. Let's take another gun. The Judge. Hello, Shub. The Taurus Judge. Another reason why, if it exists, there are people who would genuinely play with it. Nerf revolvers. Nerf revolvers. Included in the vault number 7 of the community. Nerf revolver shotguns. Those things are pretty good, by the way. Yes, I know, right? I know, right? I would genuinely love to have those, to be honest. Just having the pleasure to rob banks with these would be infinite. But yeah, Overkill Software and Starbreeze Studios implemented guns, knowing perfectly that people outside of the meta, outside of all things powerful, would just pick up those guns just for the content, just for the fact that they might be fun to play with. Great for disposing of cords, moving them to more convenient locations. I know, right? But this, I will talk about this later on. Don't worry. This crossbow was implemented with the H3 pack, character pack, including Ethan and Gila, and the partners in crime perk deck that I find outrageously bad, but that's not the point. Buy the grenade launcher. I'm not. I don't. You don't understand. I'm not on the. Yeah, I am not on the screen to buy a weapon. I am on the screen to actually talk about the game. This live stream will be almost all about my love to the game and why everybody should play it, should try it on at least once. And I've talked about. It was a slight delay. And I've talked about freedom of play. And this, the enormous panel of guns that the game has in store, is actually a good proof about why everybody can find their happiness. Everybody can find their luck, what they like in this game. You like guns? You like guns? You will love this game. You don't know anything about guns, but you just enjoy how they look. You're just the kind of guy who would just look at a gun and go, man, this piece of art, just this firearm. I don't know the name of it, but I don't care. It just looks nice. To me, it looks nice, and that's all I need to care about. Then this game is for you. This game is also for you. You don't need to be a gun nut to love this game. Because you've got American weapons, you've got Swiss weapons, you've got Belgian weapons, or more Belgian weapons. You've got Swedish weapons, you've got Austrian weapons, you've got Russian weapons through and through. You've got American weapons, you even have French weapons. Everybody has their taste. Israeli weapons. It might not look like it, but it is. IWI is a famous brand of armament in Israel. Sorry. If you just like the genuine look of any gun, then the game is just great for you. Because this also. Who would have thought that somebody anywhere in the world could like a gun enough to create a brand fresh skin about it? Just look at it. It doesn't look like it, but it looks now like an awesome gun. But if you want to go above overkill and loud, you gotta go full meta, crit, dodge, build, stoic, max, perfect guns. I know, right? But people who goes above overkill difficulty on loud, hear me out, on loud, doesn't care about fun, or at least doesn't really care about how much cozy you could be while playing the game. If you go on death sentence, loud, Hoxton's breakout, loud, always loud. It's always loud. What the fuck am I saying? Hoxton's Breakout, death sentence, 1 down. This is not a fun play. This is genuinely a challenge. You should not play this for the fun that it goes. You should play this for the challenge. Hey again, tell me when we can play. Alright, sure. No worries about this. So yeah, that sounds like hell. I know. Because it is hell. It is genuine hell. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. Because that's just a game feature. What I want to talk about right now is the freedom of play. Why you should play Payday 2. Why everybody should at least once try Payday 2. As bad as this gun may be, as ugly as this gun might look like, it is a straight love letter to everybody who at least enjoyed the look of any gun in the world. This is not just a golden gun. This is not just a piece of golden metal melt together just for the looks. This gun, as much as I hate AKs, this gun is a straight love letter, both to the Payday 2 community, both to the Payday community as a whole, but as the gun-loving community itself. The lack of taste is too bad to get them off or from Fortnite. I know, but that's not the point. This golden AK in the game is the fact that everybody can go in this game. Everybody can go in this game and say, wow, I don't know those names. I don't really care about those stats. But wow, in front of me, there are the most genuinely wide library of guns I could ever imagine. Thank you for your open eyes on all guns. I am the kind of guy who is objectively liking all guns. Objectively, all guns is like every gun is likable. Objectively, every guns is likable. My personal feelings has nothing to say to objectivity, because I hate AKs. I genuinely do. My personal feelings tell me that this is shit, and this is also shit. But my objective feelings, objectively, everything in here is here to actually please everybody. No worries, Sharp, no worries. Congratulations, Avnesia. And yeah, the amount of DLCs released year after year after year after year since 2014 proved us plenty of things. But above all, it proved to the players that you don't have to play the game just for the sake of it, just for the challenges that it offers. All the DLCs that Overkill did release since 2014 proved us as gamers, as gun lovers, as just players, that everybody can enjoy the game, regardless of their tastes, regardless of what they have to say about guns, regardless of what they have to say about male propaganda and male fantasy, whatever the fuck you might have to say about these. There is a gun for you. And if there is a gun for you, there is obviously a character for you. Everybody is here. You know, there is a running meme about there is obviously a running meme about Super Smash Brothers. The "everybody is here" meme. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. It's been memed through and through. But to be fair, I think that those who actually put their hearts and minds into that sentence, into that statement, "everybody is here," is overkill software. Because they managed to make sure that everybody gets recognized in this game. You are a little too much. Are you a little too much talkative? Are you a little bit too much of a classy guy? Then Dallas is for you. Dallas is for you. Are you a quiet kid who just goes loud when the first flashbangs comes around, and who would just genuinely yell your ass out at somebody who would care enough to raise their heads towards you when they were not supposed to do, when they were not supposed to be, when genuinely, are you the kind of guy who would genuinely slap somebody across the face for having raised their heads towards you in a negative way? Then Wolf is for you. Are you an ex-military who enjoys a little too much guns? Then Chains is for you. Are you a little too much talkative, just like Dallas, but are you the kind of guy who would just talk your way out of situations that would otherwise involve your death? Houston is for you. Are you the kind of ninja, suburban ninja, who would just throw a full magazine to somebody's head just to see it bounce it off back into your hand? Then John Wick is for you. Are you the kind of rock and rollish guy who would just say, "I love the Queen so much, I fapped to her when I was 12 and I'm proud about it"? Then Hoxton is for you. Yeah, he doesn't look like it at first sight, but God, Jesus Christ, he is. Are you the kind of quiet girl or quiet guy who just likes to be sneaky through and through? Then Clover is your character. Are you the kind of guy who would just chop down a finger off of somebody's hand just because you were threatened to do it? You got betted to do it, and you kept a straight face all along. Then Dragon is for you. Are you the kind of guy who nobody knows about? Nobody knows shit about you other than the fact that you did something really great a few years ago, and it just sticked to you, and you cannot get it out of yourself, and out of retribution you just go, well, I am just known for being the guy who did that simple thing, and I'm still praised about it years and years after. But I'm quite sad about it. I'm quite sad about it, but I'm gonna remain silent because of it. Then Jacket is for you. Are you the kind of guy, are you the kind of people who would just like to put their life on the table saying, I'm in, regardless of the costs, I'm in, regardless of the stakes, I'm in? Then Boney is for you. Are you a sports guy? Are you a sportsman? Are you the kind of guy, are you the kind of person who would bash your way into action smashing people's head through the floor, then Soko is for you. You like anime? Do you like anime a little too much? Are you just the kind of guy who loves Japanese history, who studied Japanese history through and through? Then Jiro is for you. Are you the kind of drug dealer and gangbanger all alike, but with a sort of exotically sharp feeling about it? Then Sangres is for you. Are you the kind of guy who likes to enter a room? Are you the kind of guy who likes to enter a single room and who just loves to have all eyes on yourself because you value yourself that much? Then Scarface is for you. And let me tell you one thing. Let me just tell you one thing about Scarface. You've got balls. Just know it. Just know it. You've got balls, and you've got to wear them. Any time of your life, you've got to wear them, and you've got to be proud of them. Do you like shotguns a little too much? Do you like bikes, loud engines a little too much? But you just picked up Payday 2 because, well, I felt like it. There's a motorbike mission with it, and you're supposed to steal a car anyway, so I'm here. I don't know why I'm here, but I like the outlook of it, and, well, I'm in. Then Rust is for you. Are you the kind of person who would like to just go out in public in the middle of London at 2 p.m. yelling "fuck the Queen" and everything related to her, and walk out keeping a straight face with a grand smile, with an open and wide smile? Fuck authority. Fuck the Queen. Are you the kind of person who would like to just shout, "I like to fuck a policeman" every time at 11 p.m. with a strap on? Then Sydney is for you. Are you the kind of person who got involved in shady businesses on your behalf, but without your real consent? And would you be the guy? Would you be the kind of person who would just enjoy the moment and have fun with the game as itself, but have with the carpe diem phrase in mind? Live every instant, enjoy every instant, regardless of the instant, regardless of the costs, regardless of the stakes. Just enjoy it. Then Jimmy is for you. Are you a little too much self-centered? Are you a little too much into the stakes? Are you a little too much into the "I live my life dangerously"? I like my coffee like I like no. I like my life like I like my coffee. Boiling hot and tasteless. Well, it does have taste. Black coffee, black boiled coffee has taste, but it's kind of muffled within the heat, you know. So it's kind of a love-hate situation. I like my life. I love my life, but I feel I keep a love-hate relationship with my life just because of the amount of stakes, of the amount of challenges that I look for in my life. I live for the challenges. Then Bodhi is for you. Do you like computers a little too much? Did you succeed at building your own computers at 12 years old, and still feeling proud about it? Joy is for you. Are you the kind of guy who would like to look at weapons, look at paintings, look at everything, even cars, like pieces of art? Are you the kind of person who would just like to go, well, you know, this is kind of the piece of art that I looked for in my life. I keep this gun inside my house, but for everybody to see. I keep my gun onto this specific pedestal in front of my front door because I like the look of it and I want everybody to enjoy the look of it. Then Duke is for you. And as Duke might be for you, it's also for me, because I am this guy. I am 100% this guy. I am the kind of guy who would just put my gun onto a pedestal like, I love this. I looked at it. I've looked at this gun for like an hour straight, and I felt good about it. Are you a YouTuber? Are you a content creator that likes to be known for it? That likes to be known for having been through specific bad things, and you like to be known about it. You like to be known as the guy who succeeded to break through everything a YouTuber or any content creator could have been through, but you don't have that much charisma. Then Ethan is for you. Are you his wife? Then Hila is for you. Yeah. Like I said, everybody can play Payday 2 and still feel like there is their character inside the game, just as they can have their gun in the game. I've spent like 30 minutes explaining who is who and who belongs to what kind of person. I know, 100% I know. That's how much I want you to understand. That's how much I want everybody to understand that Payday 2 is a game that everybody can enjoy. Everybody above 13 years old, or above or equal 13 years old, can enjoy. Because yes, the ESRB might just drop kick my ass onto the floor in no time for it, but yeah. So yeah, freedom of play. Everybody can find whatever the fuck they want to play in the game. And I'm not even done yet. Cloakestal, I know, right? I waited for that sentence. I've been waiting for that sentence. Thank you. And I'm not even done yet, because along with the play styles, you've even got clothes. Clothes. Who wouldn't like to have their minds inside their character inside their minds, but with clothes? Look at this. Look at how pure it is. Look at how pure it looks. You can pretend to be a fucking surgeon and still rob banks and still look good, genuinely look good doing this. Payday 2 is an outrageously open game. And I'm not saying this lightly. I'm not saying this lightly, because the community as itself is not just active. The community of Payday and Payday 2 is not just active. They live with the game, and they live each update. They love each update, each nerfs, each buffs. It's a new way for them, for everybody else, to enjoy the game in a slightly different way. So yeah, you can ask basically everything, every question you can ask on the subreddits, on the Steam community group of Payday 2. You can ask every question about the game you want. You will always receive a nice and kind and constructed response that fits your question. Third point, because yes, I've been flying through the first 2 points in the like 15 minutes, but yeah. Third point, the content. With each DLC releases of the game, Overkill Software manages to renew their own content. We've seen this with the replacement of throwables, a questionable feature, I might say, a rather questionable feature, but an interesting one, because you replace your genuinely, you replace your average throwable weapon with assets. You replace them with assets, regardless of how good they are. You replace them with assets, and your build, your character just doesn't work if you don't pick your thing. Period. That's how good the game is. You want to be that certain you want to act like that certain character. You want to pretend you're like that specific character. Then you've got to get rid of something to actually feel like you're playing the character. Because yes, do you want to be your average black man, but on the other side you want to have a rather alcoholic outlook with it? Stoic. Because the game allows you to do this. Yes. Yes, of course. Of course. The game allows you to do it. Since 2008, since 2016, I think, yes. Now the game allows you to just go in the game and pretend to be the hacker you wanted to be. Pretend to be the alcoholic you wanted to feel. Pretend to be the vapor, the hipster you wanted to look like. Yes. Hello, Scrap. Evolved content since 2016. That was the motto of Payday. That was the motto of Overkill Software. And that's why, fourth point, retrospective from 2014, when like the first DLC came out, the first John Wick, yes, John Wick DLC, the very first DLC that came out with the movie, I know. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everybody, even those who are not even looking at the video right now, who could be watching this in post. So yeah, I can bet that if you go up to Tobias at Overkill Software, if you go up to any developer of Overkill Software on 2014, if you go up to that person and say, hey, in 2018 you will be releasing a content, you will be releasing a DLC with a YouTuber I bet that the developer would be like, hang on, are you really full of yourself when you're saying this? Did you just put your hearts and minds into your statement, telling me in 2014, while we have barely the technology to do this, that in 2019 we will be able to pull out that thing that easily? Then you would be able to look in dead in the eyes and say yes, because I come from 2020 and this content is on the table and it's still popular. If you go up to any developer, any designer at Overkill Software and say, hey, soon enough you will be releasing a DLC, and part of this DLC would be happening inside a humongous cavern. You would arrive by boat, and you designer, you would be tasked to create the environment of the cavern. He would just look at you dead in the eye and say, bro, I don't even know how to begin with while doing this. It's good to tell me this, but how? Just please tell me how, because I barely know how to design a wall. I barely know how to make a wall look like a concrete wall. If you go up to any developer in charge of DLCs in 2014 at Overkill Software, at the buildings of Overkill Software, and say, hey, soon enough you will be releasing a DLC that will make the game look like CSGO. Money! Soon enough you will be releasing a character pack that will make the game look like CSGO with smokes and shit. The guy would look at you like, hang on, are you serious? We're gonna change the motor of the game? Are we really gonna change up the entire game? No, you're not gonna change up the entire game. You're just gonna add up some few things that will make the game actually looks like you are a tactical guy that just run through a smoke and just make the enemy, make the adversary, make the FBI and SWAT teams lose you for like 80 to 120 seconds. Would they believe it? Would they believe it? I don't think so. I don't think they would believe it. So yeah, retrospective from 2014. The game has evolved so much. The game has evolved so much from its release to where we are now. Some people jokingly said that you're not playing Payday 2, you're playing Payday 3 already. Payday 3 is not down the line, it's Payday 4 that's down the line. You're playing Payday 3 right now, with the overall amount of DLCs that you bought, you massive pigeon. I'd say yes. But that's the price of evolution. From 2014, you cannot expect me to play the very same game for countless amounts of years without a single amount of new content dropped. You cannot expect anybody, to play the very same game without a few updates here and there. New heists, new characters, new weapons, new outlooks, new game mechanics, new features, period. Sorry. Sorry, again. And this is why now we are here in 2020 with the absurd amount of new content the game has seen. New masks, like new mask, collaboration masks, infamy masks. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of them. Weapons, just any kind of weapons that you would like. Would you like to just roam around any heist wielding a saw? Now you can. Would you like to have that Elon Musk feeling about the game? Well, now you can. Elon Musk released a flamethrower. There it is. There it is. You cannot expect me in 2020. You cannot expect me or anybody in 2020 to play the very same game you had to play in 2014. No more chainsaws. Let's talk about melee for a second. Over 6 pages of melee weapons, including this. A fucking Maracas. This. In real life, this thing is as fragile as it looks. But in this game, you can beat the shit out of anybody with it. Chainsaws? Of course there are chainsaws. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? I'm gonna find it. Lambolite L2. See? Do you want a pocket-sized chainsaw to just melt everybody? To just dislocate and just cut through everybody? This is the melee weapon for you. There is one weapon, one character. One weapon, one character, one mask, one outfit, one melee and one throwable for everybody. What am I forgetting about? Tell me what am I forgetting? The coffee? Yes, I'm gonna take it later on. But yeah, the chainsaw is unobtainable now. Yeah, I know, but I think that's because of a contract. I think that's because of legal reasons. So yeah, that the amount of evolution. Yeah, it's quite sad. The amount of evolution the game has seen from 2014. It's not made to make you look like a pigeon with an open wallet. It's not designed to make you look like a brain-dead motherfucker who would just buy everything overkill software can throw at you. It's not it's not designed to make you look like it. It's not even designed to look like it in the first place. The overall amount of content Overkill and Starbreeze Studios have released since 2014 is designed to evolve. It's designed to make the game evolve as itself. Yeah, I know. Infamy. Now you can have like up to Infamy 65, not 45, 65. Update 2000. Goddamn 2000. You got that right. So yeah, You can get Infamy up to 65 right now. And it's quite difficult to get it. But that's nice. That's alright. So yeah. Kelly, please. Thank you. No, 200, not 2000. Oh yeah, shit. Shit, thank you. 200. Update 200. So yeah. What was I saying again? Yeah. All the content released on Payday 2 since 2014 make the game enter into my fifth point. My fifth point about the game is that here, right now, in 2020, 2020, however you want, however you call it, we have entered into Payday 2's golden age. We are now inside in the middle of Payday 2's golden age. Regardless of whatever the fuck you say about this, we are in Payday 2's golden age. With more players than ever, right now, more players than ever. Well, in my server, in the server that I'm located in, we have 24,708 players. Hang on, because this is not over yet. Let's try the community hub. Yeah. 24,000 people playing the game right now. In my part of the world. That is just in my part of the world. What? There's just 24,000 at all? Well, that's not nice. Ah, you are ruining my oh. Why the fuck could you just ruin my why the fuck did you ruin my argument? So yeah. Right now with the update 200, Infamy update, it brings so many people back into the game. More content, more updates. Just basically more time playing the game. Which is why I say that with the release of Infamy 3.0, we have entered into Payday 2's golden age. Suck them like a vacuum. Payday 2's golden age, why? Because in 2018, I remember correctly, or Miolisto or anything or somebody else, I cannot remember quite well. Somebody saying that we would not have any more DLCs for the game, just random updates. It wasn't the case, and the developers perfectly understood it. They were not just short of money, but they just had too much inspiration within the game to just let it die. We may need paid DLC. 3 years later. I know, right? So yeah, Payday 2's golden age. We are in the middle of it. And we might as well continue it in 2021. Who knows? By the end of 2021, the golden age might still be there. With more content, and I sincerely hope, a French character. Because yes, we need it. I need it. As my new first slot of character, I need it. Fuck Golden Age, we're going for the Platinum Age. Why not the Diamond Age? Why not the Diamond Age? Huh? Tell me. You tell me. Callie. True. So yeah, more content on the way. And I know that there is more content on the way for Payday 2. Because, well, you can't just release a few amount of outfits, gloves, and things like that, even guns, without continuing on your way. You just cannot. It doesn't make sense to actually put your ideas, put your minds in the game, in the development of the game, without having the idea of new characters, of new weapons, of new heists as a whole, and above all, new ways to improve the experience of everybody within the community. Thank you very much for listening to my sort of constructed slash unconstructed essay about why do I love the game and why do I feel like everybody should play it.